It's Portland Bulldogs boys basketball on WPPS TV3. Brought to you by the Portland Public Schools. Promise, prepared, and empowered. Now we send you to the broadcast booth with Steve Schwartz and Frank Myatt. Good evening. It's February 6, 2018, and we're here at Beale Gymnasium at South Portland High School for tonight's exciting boys basketball action between the Red Riots of South Portland and your Portland Bulldogs. This is Steve Schwartz along with Frank Myatt, Frank Healy on camera for WPPS TV3 Sports, and what is for us the second game of a doubleheader tonight as the South Portland girls handily defeated the Portland girls tonight. But a different story here we'll see with respect to the boys game. Both teams, Frank, ranked number one in their respective divisions.
Exactly, Steve, and if the chalk holds, this will be yet another state championship matchup. Teams have already played once this year, with the Bulldogs victorious 62-53 at the Expo. South Portland, 24 points from Noah Malone, 18 points from Liam Coyne, mostly in the second half, but Steve, Liam Coyne is injured tonight.
That's right, and in fact, we had a moment to talk with Coach Millington and Coach Russo, among other things, about Liam Coyne not being in the game. So we're here with Coaches Russo and Coach Millington. Coach Millington, it seems like it's always exciting when Portland and South Portland are on the court. You guys have seen each other in the state championship twice in a row. There's gone back and forth in terms of wins and losses. It's always a really raucous atmosphere here.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I don't know about the going back and forth and wins and losses. I think we've ended up on the loss side quite a bit. But yeah, it's Portland, South Portland. I played here. This is what it was like. It's really fun to have this kind of atmosphere. Always fun to go against Coach Russo and his team. So,
well, you know, you've really adapted well this year too. I mean, you guys are ranked number one in Class AA North. Liam Coyne went down. Right. So how are you managing?
Well, we've got good players. I mean, we got good players that don't play, just like Portland does. So when we lose a guy, I think we got guys who can step in and fill that role. I don't know if they can fill that role yet against a team like Portland, but they can certainly fill the role for us. So,
well, Coach, thank you very much for joining us, and good luck tonight. Coach Russo, well, let's just say right out of the gate, we heard today that you were inducted into the Maine Basketball Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Thank you. Very much humbled by it, surprised, to tell you the truth, but honored just to be considered and thought of.
Well, you're among the greats, and you're certainly one of them, the best coach in the history of Portland High School, 427 wins, 5 state championships, and you played on one too. What's more exciting, to be in the playing end of it or to be in the coaching end of it?
It's easier playing in it than coaching. It's like it's easy to be in the stands and coaching, but playing in it's easier.
And tonight, let's just talk about the game here tonight a little bit. In the last game, it was really Teron Moss that stepped up, I think, and scored a ton of points. Anything can happen when you face South Portland and your friend, Kevin Millington.
Yeah, they're a very, very good team. Great rivalry. Never can take them lightly, and we wouldn't anyway, but it's good for basketball. Portland, South Portland, so we love playing each other.
So we have to ask, is there any truth to the fact that there's going to be a Portland stall tonight?
Not tonight, no.
These teams can run and score. We wish you a lot of luck, and again, congratulations, Coach. A well-deserved honor for you and for Portland High School.
Thank you very much.
So, as you can see, Coach Millington very comfortable with the depth on his bench, and he might as well be, with Noah Malone leading the team in scoring, and Ed Buckley right behind, Riley Hassan always mixing it up, of course. And then on the other hand, we have Coach Joe Russo. Coach Russo in the Hall of Fame, the Maine Basketball Hall of Fame, an announcement just made today at your alma mater, Cheverus High School.
Well-deserved honor for my money, the best active coach in Maine, possibly the best coach in Maine alive. Joe Russo, tremendous career so far, but he still has a little bit of work to do. And as we saw last year, South Portland came in, was able to knock Portland off late in February, in the season, early February. Certainly something Coach Russo will probably want to prevent, but as we saw in that first matchup, I wouldn't be surprised to see both coaches play it very close to the vest, not show their hands, with the idea that a third matchup may be looming.
Folks, you heard Coach Russo say how humbled he is, and he is just a gentleman on the court and off the court, and he really is humbled, though he should have had every reason to expect that he'd be in the Hall of Fame. He's got 427 wins. He's got 5 state championships, not to mention playing on an undefeated team that also went for a state championship. Who scored in the last game for Portland, or who were the big scorers?
Well, leading the way, Steve, as we've seen all year, was Teron Moss with 22 points. So tonight, I would expect to see Moss come out. He hasn't had a real great run of recent games. Maybe try to get Moss hot early. There's a good shooters gym, and when I say shooters, you got to think Simon Chadbourne.
Folks, we're going to bring you all of the exciting action in a moment. Rick Romano, the announcer here for South Portland. We'll announce the starters. Lewis averaging about 8 points a game.
Taria Bajoka taking Liam Coyne's starting spot here for South Portland.
Riley Hassan, son of the girls' basketball coach. Frank, we'll see if we're in for a little bit of a different game from the first game we watched tonight.
And I would expect that, Steve. These two teams have played each other close multiple times. We've seen great matchups in the regular season. We've seen upsets. We've seen great matchups in the state championship game. So I'd expect nothing different when these two teams tip off in just a few moments.
South Portland is coached by Kevin Millington. Assistants are Dave Cousins, Brandon Salway, Nick Costigan, and Alame Kubare. Here's Trey Ballou now, set to jump with Scott Lewis.
Lewis standing 6'6".
Ballou
Center
one.
for Bryce.
That's right, 1 inch shorter, but Pedro will control off to the right side.
A good feed. We'll see the post move.
Instead, Ballou kicks it out. Some shaky hands there, and the first turnover will be Portland's.
And as we saw in that girls' game, Steve, taking care of the basketball, imperative for any team that wants to win here.
Yeah, that's going to be off the... Well, it looked like it was off the foot of Noah Malone, but that feed from Riley Hassan, but it's going to be South Portland ball. Malone.
This little trap.
Hassan kicks it out. There's Malone, rather, and for 3.
Now we saw Noah Malone come out very hot at the Expo, and he hits the first basket for South Portland, and it's a 3.
Well, it's a long pass. Almost intercepted. Instead, Ballou can't get the handle on it, and it should be Portland ball.
Bajoka playing good defense there in the corner.
Charlie Lyle is in the house tonight, and speaking of good hands on a big man inside.
Always nice to see Charlie. We'll step back. Moss knocks it down. He'll answer.
So it's 3-3. A little spin move there by Bajoka.
Good hands by Foley, able to rip it out.
Yeah, and here comes Moss on the right side. Griffin Foley for 3, and he'll hit it. He starts it at the beginning, with the steal.
Then we'll have a hand check on Fonseca.
It's 6-3, the Bulldogs, as Riley Hassan now will inbound to number 3.
Tyree Bajutka.
Bajutka, fast player. Number 1 here is Connor Buckley, a prolific scorer for the Red Riots.
Portland out in their typical man-to-man defense.
Hassan fights hard and brings it in.
Strong take by Riley Hassan, able to withstand the contact.
And we're going to have a foul on Bajutka, it seems to me. It was a hack.
And it will be Tyree Bajutka's first foul.
Not to sound like Johnny Most, but that was a hack.
So Portland showing a little man pressure here. We'll see how seriously they take it. May just be keeping Portland honest.
From way downtown, Moss.
If he's going to hit from there, there's not much anybody can do tonight.
The press is broken. Number 10 is Malone. Inside to Lewis. Buckley.
Buckley, a good shooter, as Portland learned last year.
Yeah, that's could have been a
touch pass,
goodness.
but swatted away by Lewis and taken away by Moss.
Moss is doubled and needs help.
And he has to get it out before a 5-second call.
All the way over to Fonseca.
Amazing vision to know where everybody is on the court.
Yeah. But Portland will throw it away. Bajutka. And that's going to be
Offensive
charged.
foul. Nice setup by Manny Ugu.
It's his second foul of the game, so very quickly here, Jacob Milton will check in.
Milton Jr. standing 6 feet.
Simon Chadbourne is going to check in for Pedro Fonseca. So 9-5 is the score. The ball in Griffin Foley's hands right now. He's got Manny.
Full court man press.
Quickly broken by the Dogs, though.
And we see South Portland out in the 2-3 matchup zone again.
Moss, not that time.
Nice
Buckley on
look.
the break. Yeah. So Buckley makes them pay for that shot.
We'll have a timeout, Portland.
So it's 9-7 with 4:44 left in the first quarter. The Dogs are in front by 2. Okay, blue ball here. It will be Griffin Foley to Manny Ugu.
Jacob Milton face guarding Teron Moss, at least in the backcourt. They'll back off into the zone.
Foley will shake off the defender and hit.
If you're going to leave the ball all alone and overplay, Portland High will make you pay in a variety of ways, one of which is by way of the 3.
It's 12-7.
All 3-pointers for Portland so far.
That's right, 2 for Foley and 2 for Moss. And now Connor Buckley will answer.
Great shooter's gym.
Yeah, it sure is. Chadbourne breaks it by getting it to Ballou in the middle. Who will travel.
And, you know, multiple dribbles out of your center is not what you're looking for if you're Coach Russo.
And Pedro Fonseca will come in for Trey Ballou.
Portland going extremely small here. Griffin Foley, the tallest player on the court for the Dogs.
Lewis is doubled.
Great
Manny
read.
steals it. Here we go. Up and in. Rock'em Sock'em, 14-10, a 4-point Portland lead with 3:50 left in the first quarter.
Good work by South Portland to find the mismatch, but Lewis can't convert.
Teron Moss with a strong rebound. The no-look pass to Manny, who is going to be fouled. We'll see which one through. The second one through is Lewis.
And it will be on Lewis. Third South Portland team foul. As we'll see Manny Ugu shooting 2.
He can make it a 5-point lead if he hits this one. Not tonight. The rebound will come to Noah Malone. Quickly down court. Yeah, watch out.
Yep, and good work by South Portland to find Lewis. Lewis to convert, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Simon for 3 in the corner. Does not fall. Buckley with the rebound. 14-12 is the score. The Riots down by 2. 3:07 left in the first quarter. Oh, what a move. No travel call. Noah Malone for 2. The crowd the Portland crowd, the side that we're on, wanted it, the call.
Nice take by Malone. Now we're tied up at 14. Uncharacteristic 5th turnover for Portland.
Yeah, Buckley for 3, really for 6, I guess, from that point. Oh, my goodness.
Teron Moss just straight down the middle.
I wrote 4. It was only 2 points, but it was such a good play. 16-14. Again, the crowd wants a travel, not called. Instead, Moss will get the rebound here. Number 40 set to check in, Shippen Savage for South Portland. Around the horn they go is Moss for a short jumper, and he'll hit from the corner.
And Teron Moss, the post player, hits the jumper.
Yeah, and that will be, and a steal by Fonseca.
Oh, inside out. Absolutely.
Simon Chadbourne, why not? What a great play brought about by Pedro Fonseca. It's a 7-point Portland lead. Doubled here. Malone inside, kicked out. Buckley looks for that shot. Malone will take it for 3.
And good movement by South Portland.
Pedro will get the rebound.
Fonseca had 11 rebounds in the first matchup.
Yeah, and that we'll see. It'll be off a South Portland player. Trey Ballou and Quinn Clarks checking in now, and Shippen Savage for the Riots, as Chadbourne and Manny will take a seat here, and Lewis will take a seat for the Riots. 21-14.
No call.
That's, so Ballou instead is fouled as he goes up for a rebound. We'll see if who the call's going to be on. It's going to be on South Portland.
Could be Hassan. We'll wait for the indication.
So on 11, Liam,
It'll be on number 1, Connor Buckley.
Yeah, Buckley.
You see Chadbourne come right back in for Foley.
Couldn't be on number 11, Liam Coyne, because he's one of their star players who's out right now.
Manyugo is down by the South Portland bench. He appears to be looking for a trainer.
Pedro for 3.
And Portland shooting very well on the early going here.
24-14 with a minute left in the first quarter. Here's Malone, covered by Moss. Now Chadbourne.
Great block from behind. Trey Ballou, good work chasing down the play. Gets a hand on it for the block.
Malone in traffic.
Ballou can't secure the rebound.
That's a question of who wanted it more. And Chadbourne comes up with that one. Ballou on the break here, now Moss. And you could see Milton all over Chadbourne.
And Noah Malone is clutching his left wrist. As he went down hard in that rebound.
Oh, he shakes off one defender, can't get it in though. Trucking down, number 33, Moss with the rebound, was Riley Hassan. Moss, what a step.
Why not?
5 seconds left here in the first quarter. And the Riots will not get the shot off. The Dogs will take a 26-14 lead into the second quarter. We're back now with second quarter action. Steve Schwartz and Frank Myatt on WPPS TV3.
Buckley breaks a 12-0 Portland run for the last 2.5 minutes of that first quarter as he gets the Red Riots out quick.
Manny trying to set the screen. Instead, he'll take the 3. Oh, in and out. And he stands between Malone and a basket. Ooh. And that looked like steps, but not called.
Oh, nice pick. It'll be a jump ball. That'll be Bulldogs basketball. Good hands by Quinn Clark there. Poke the ball out. Alternating possession for the 5th South Portland turnover. See Noah Malone coming back with a wrap on his right wrist. So he went over and saw the South Portland trainer, Ryan, John Ryan, that is.
So here we go. Teron Moss calling for a play here. Wants Trey in the middle to post.
South Portland still sticking in the zone setting, so Portland trying to find that high post gap. We'll see if they swing anybody down underneath here.
Fonseca, yeah, great anticipation. Yeah, and the foul is called. Hassan all over the floor. He'll be shooting 2. Ballou on the foul.
And good hard foul by Trey Ballou. Not allow a layup in that situation. Good hustle to get back on D.
It's a 10-point dog lead right now, 26-16. 6:40 left in the first half.
Of course, we've seen Riley Hassan diving all over floors for the last 2 years.
A couple of times in the Civic Center where it was just amazing, and then I think once here too, diving under chairs, into the stands. Just tremendous heart and desire and talent.
And Portland's going to go baseline here. Try to stretch out that matchup.
This time Milton is on Moss, so they'll go inside now. Pedro just kind of throws that up, and it's going to be a... Oh, my goodness.
Blocked by Foley and a save.
Oh, my goodness. And that doesn't fall. The rebound again to Malone. What a play by Griffin Foley.
Noah Malone, nice no-look pass there.
Yeah. Lewis gets in there for the rebound.
Scott Lewis using his 6'6" frame.
So this
6-0 South Portland run.
It's got to be a 6-0 run here. It's 26-20. 5:47 left in the first half. It isn't that Portland's had the cold shooting hand. It's more that South Portland has not let Portland take a shot. Although that wasn't all that on target. And another pass by Hassan to Malone, and that's going to count.
Be another foul on Ballou. Ballou couldn't prevent that layup. As we'll have Malone with a chance for a 3-point play.
2 quick fouls on Trey Ballou.
And we'll have a timeout, Portland.
So timeout with 5:26 left here in the first half. 26-22 is the score. Dogs in front by 4.
So Liam Coyne looking to extend the South Portland run to 9-0.
Yeah, I think it'll be Noah Malone.
Correct, Noah Malone.
Not that time. Ethan Thea checks in for the Dogs and gets a rebound.
We'll see if Thea can give Portland some big minutes here. A situation that Portland may face in the tournament, having Trey Ballou in foul trouble.
Chadbourne,
And Bulldogs trying to get behind the matchup zone here.
South Portland very effective right now at it.
And you know what? The matchup zone does not prevent a single player from torching you.
Buckley to answer. He doesn't. The rebound will come to Simon Chadbourne on the soft touch there by Griffin Foley. Manny goes in hard. Thea underneath. And, well, Hassan took Manny's arm with him.
Good old-fashioned SMAA game. Allowing the big men to bang around inside.
Yeah. I mean, that was a great play by Lewis, the big man inside. 4:14, 28-24. For three, Moss. Not that time.
And that'll hit the basket support by the South Portland ball.
Number 13 is David Fiorini checking in for South Portland as Connor Buckley will take a seat. Quickly around, Milton over to Fiorini, inside to Lewis.
We'll have a foul before the shot. I think he'll say in the act of shooting. And that will be on Moss.
So Lewis with a chance to bring the Riots to within 2.
Scott Lewis, only a junior, 6'6". And he hits the first. Say he is going to be a major key for South Portland going down the stretch. If Lewis plays well, gives them a legitimate inside post threat, they'll be even more dangerous than they already are.
He's been in single figures in many games this year, hit double figures in about 5, though. Has an awfully good inside move there. Oh, Foley into Thea hard.
We're going to have a travel. Even before the jump stop, they're going to say that Thea shuffled his feet. 6 turnovers for South Portland, 6 turnovers for Portland.
Hassan.
Oh, just way to look the defender off. And we'll say a foul on the floor. No shot. It'll be 2 quick fouls on Teron Moss. Portland's 5th team foul. As we're going to see Ben Fisher check in for the Bulldogs. Who replace Thea. Portland using the 2-3 zone off the inbound.
For 3, Malone. He hits it.
That'll be a South Portland lead.
It's a 1-point Red Riot lead, 29-28, with 3 minutes left in the first half. The first lead of the evening for the Red Riots.
And Portland with only 1 basket here in the second half. The second quarter, that is. Until now.
Until Chadbourne gets a hold of it. 31-29. Oh my goodness. Acrobatic move by Milton. The pass to Noah Malone. It doesn't fall, but Lewis with the rebound.
Good work inside for Lewis. We'll have a timeout, South Portland. 30 seconds.
31-29, 2:35 left in the first half. So here we go off the South Portland timeout. Malone underneath, and he loses it, but Lewis is right there.
Good way to clean up the mess by Scott Lewis. Tie game.
It is 31-31. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first half.
Malone has taken the bandage off his right hand.
Chadbourne for 3. Goodness gracious, 34-31. Connor Buckley, it doesn't fall, and Ben Fisher with an acrobatic move. Keep the ball in play.
Nice block by Lewis on Moss.
So nice job by Ben Fisher as Ethan Thayer will check back in now for the Dogs.
Oh, my spin move, left-handed layup, unbelievable.
Well, if you paid for a ticket tonight, folks, you have been entertained.
And Moss kind of showing off the Kevin McHale moves. Lewis answers right back.
36-33. It's a 3-point Dogs lead. Trey Ballou set to check back in. Foley
will have a foul.
Be fouled by Riley Hassan.
They're going to say that's on Fiorini.
Oh.
This is get the indication from official Mark McGinnis. McGinnis, one of the best in the game.
So Tehran now with the ball. In the corner to Foley. He's got Ballou inside.
Good work by Ballou to sag below the help side defense.
Yeah, first points of the game gives Portland a 5-point lead, 38-33, with 1 minute left in the first half. There's Fiorini.
Oh, and blocked on the other end.
Oh my goodness. Coast to coast, Trey Ballou.
Oh.
Moss for two.
Moss has put the team on his back tonight.
Folks, the Dogs are digging deep tonight. What a great series for Trey Ballou. Number 10, Quinn Clark set to check in. Malone, that doesn't hit, and Chadbourne gets the rebound. He's almost fouled there.
30 seconds here. We'll see if Coach Russo pulls it back or if he continues to attack. Looks like he's going to hold for one here. Fonseca in a position to set a high screen from Moss. No, we'll go to the dribble push. Ballou high screen.
Yeah, for three. Moss hits it at the buzzer. 43-33, the Dogs will take a 10-point lead into the locker room. So, Frank, we're joined by Mike Hoffer of the Forecaster at halftime. What a game, a 10-point Portland lead.
Yeah, just fun game to watch, up and down, back and forth. Reminds me a little bit of the state game 2 years ago, which was so compelling, down to the wire, double overtime. That game wasn't as high scoring as this, really just free-flowing. It looked like Portland was going to run away and hide after the first period. Back roars South Portland on their senior night, and then Portland behind 21 points from Moss opens it up back a little bit again. And it's funny, I thought coming into this game, both teams might kind of play a little bit close to the vest, thinking they might meet a third time in the state final. But, you know, both of these teams are playing to win, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Well, Joe Russo's first game as a member of the Maine Basketball Hall of Fame, a 10-point Portland lead, and as Mike said, 21 points for Tehran Moss. But Trey Ballou, what a monster second quarter he had.
Exactly. Trey Ballou kind of running the floor well, getting back on defense, and getting some big blocks there in transition. We've also seen Simon Chadbourne come in and hit 3 threes. Portland shooting extremely well. South Portland shooting well. Shooters Jim, I would expect to see more of the same in the second half.
Folks, Griffin Foley also has 2 threes. He has 6 points. We'll be back with second half action in a moment. So we're going to start second half action here on WPPS. Steve Schwartz and Frank Myatt along with Frank Healy on camera. Here on Channel 3. 43-33 is the score. The Dogs have a 10-point lead.
227th matchup between these two schools. So Portland leading 124 to South Portland's 102. And we'll have a foul inside. I believe on Foley.
His first. Riley Hassan at the line to try to cut it to 8.
A relatively loosely called first half.
Very excited to be bringing you these double headers when we can. We'll be at Deering High School for the next game, the last regular season game before tournament time. Hassan cannot convert, and Moss will get the rebound. Quickly down to Simon Chadbourne in the corner for 3. 12 points for Simon Chadbourne.
Good work. Timeout, South Portland.
You cannot leave that young man alone. Simon Chadbourne. So here we go now. Buckley underneath the basket. Lots of full court pressure here.
Man-to-man pressure. Good rebound by Lewis, and nice dish.
Malone gets his 12th point. Ethan Thayer set to check in for the Dogs now. Moss covered by Bajutka.
Portland was on an 18-4 run before that basket. Look to keep momentum on their side.
Oh, that's a tough pass to make in traffic. And it's a turnover. Here's Hassan up and reversed. It doesn't fall, but he gets his own rebound. Ballou gets the rebound that time. Quickly down to Moss in the corner. It doesn't fall.
And Moss
Hassan
goes
with
down.
the rebound. Malone up
Good
and
feed
in.
by Hassan.
46-37 is the score. 9-point lead for the Dogs.
Portland kind of slow it down here.
Chadbourne for three. This time it doesn't fall, but Ballou actually passes it up there to Malone. Malone will get it. He tips it. Malone goes in hard.
Matador defense by Pedro Fonseca there. As Malone is able to just walk right in. He's on his own 6-0 run.
46-39. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Yeah, that's a foul on Malone.
It'll be his first personal. South Portland's first foul of the half.
Ethan Thayer and Manny Ugu in for Pedro Fonseca and Trey Ballou. 46-39, 5:52 left in the third quarter here in Beal Gymnasium. The Dogs are in front. Thayer quickly covered by Lewis. Way
why not?
downtown.
Oh my goodness.
Simon Chadbourne with an NBA three. And he intercepts it. He is on fire. Oh, hard move to the basket, but Lewis with the rebound. Buckley now. It's a 10-point Portland lead still, 5:20.
They're trying to get Lewis freed up in the post.
Instead,
nice
Bajutka in front.
Good
That
look
is a
from
great
Malone.
cut. His first two of the game. 49-41, an 8-point Portland lead. And here is Moss hanging. Good hang time, but it doesn't fall. And instead, Hassan gets the rebound. Buckley will bank it home.
Great court vision by Riley Hassan. Seeing a lot of good passes here tonight, Steve.
49-43, a 6-point Portland lead. 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
10-3 run for South Portland in the last 3 minutes. We'll have a travel.
Second time that has happened tonight to Thayer. He's going to take a seat here, and Pedro Fonseca is going to check back in after getting a rest. And Mr. Milton, Jacob Milton, will check in for Noah Malone. Noah Malone a little bit like Tom Brady with his hand wrapped up.
And then unwrapped.
Milton for three. Moss with the rebound. Simon Chadbourne all alone. Oh my goodness, what a shot.
Good finish by Chadbourne off a better pass.
So Portland wanted that offensive foul there, but didn't get the call. Hassan for three. Moss with skying, and here's the wide receiver, Foley.
Oh, good look.
Going for three.
Unbelievable.
He hits again. His 6th three of the night. Nice hands there by Manny.
Retain South Portland possession. And Steve, makes you wonder what the Portland single game record for three-pointers is.
Well, that's exactly right.
Official Portland High historian Peter Gribben is in attendance tonight, so see if maybe I can make a stop there at the quarter break.
Connor Buckley for three. That doesn't fall, and Manny skies up for that rebound. Quickly down and floating home, but not scoring, is Griffin Foley, and Noah Malone with the rebound. Quickly up the other way. Buckley tries to dribble around and Fonseca, and instead dishes it off to Lewis for two. It's a 9-point lead, 54-45, 2:44 left in the third quarter. What an exciting matchup here tonight.
And South Portland closing out two guys on Chapel, which leaves Foley wide open.
Yeah, and a nice pass by Manny Yuga to see it. Hassan a little wild there, but then finishes nicely. His 6th point of the game, 56-47, 2:14 left in the third quarter. Fonseca with a jumper. Not this time. Buckley.
They'll say Buckley stepped out of bounds, I believe.
No, I think they're going to say it was off the Portland player. Trey Ballou will check back in for the Dogs, and Shippen Savage will check in to give Scott Lewis a brief relief here. Fonseca will take a break.
Two-2-1 pressure.
And it worked. Turnover. Griffin Foley to Chadbourne in the corner. Not this time, but Manny's right there.
Followed, he'll be fouled.
Oh my goodness, the Dogs are playing championship caliber basketball tonight. Riley Hassan.
It looks like we have a Red Riot down. I believe it's Milton.
He is walking very gingerly as Jabutko is going to check back in for him. Milton gets a hand from everybody, both the Portland and South Portland cheerers. Manny. He didn't hit the first two foul shots that he had tonight.
I'll see you after you go.
But he hits 1 out of 2. Blue is going to get
a little fight inside.
Called for a foul.
It'll be Trey Ballou's third foul. Only Portland's second in the second half. Two-2-1 press for the trap.
Yeah, Buckley over to Bajotka. That's quick movement by South Portland to break it, but nice play there. And Manny Yugo straight down the middle. He'll be fouled. That'll be on Riley Hassan. That'll be his third. 2 quick fouls here in the third quarter. 1:34 left in the third quarter. It's a 10-point Dogs lead. Shooting 2. Trey Ballou will take a seat. Those aren't really falling for him tonight. Bajotka with the rebound. The trap is on. Bajotka over the center line. Noel Malone to the corner. Hassan, looked like steps, none called. And instead Bajotka with an acrobatic move to score 2. It's 57-49, a minute 14 left in the third.
Portland spreading the floor here, getting those cross cuts against the matchup zone.
Inside to Moss, tries to throw it up with one, and Buckley instead with the rebound. Hassan back and forth for 3. Hassan. And a
Fight
Yugu.
inside. Yugu comes up with it.
Passes
Beautiful
Fisher.
feed. Manny Yugu, excellent look. He saw Fisher coming and he got him for 2.
It's a 10-point Portland lead with 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Nice play by Ben Fisher. Getting manhandled in there by Hassan. No
Inside
Malone
out.
for 3. Comes out to Hassan for 3.
And he buries it.
He'll hit at the buzzer. So, at the end of the third quarter, the score 59-52. What a ball game. Back, and Frank, did you have a chance to talk with Peter Grimmon?
School record is 8 3-pointers in the game, set by Robert Billsbury. With Chad Bourne 2 away.
And 8 minutes to do it, within which to do it.
South Portland not going to allow it to happen. Really extending out on him. A nice block.
Baloo goes down to the ground, no call. It's a steal, though. Here comes, that's a foul.
Oh, nice finish. Moss's first points of the second half by my count.
Mine as well.
There's the third foul on Riley Hassan.
He converts, it's a 3-point play. 62-52, 10-point lead, 7 minutes, 20 seconds left in regulation.
Baloo extending out high. South Portland has the mismatch they want. Lewis guarded by Chadbourne. They only get him to him in the high post.
Oh, goodness.
We'll have a reach on Moss.
His third. Team's second.
It'll be the third.
No, it is. You're right.
Confusion at the scorer's table, though, Steve. It did say 2 up there when I looked.
Connor Buckley to Hassan. Bajotka. Ooh. Interesting. No, well, you know, there were steps, and that time it was called, and that was a clear travel. Malone not happy with that call, but it was absolutely steps. And frankly, it could have been steps on the first player with the ball underneath.
No doubt, little shuffle underneath. Officials eventually getting it right.
Oh my goodness.
Strong finish.
Fully for 2. If you want a 3, you look for any one of those 3 guys. Anybody on that court right now actually can bury a 3.
All solid shooters.
You want acrobatics? You might want to look to Griffin Foley, to Ron Moss. Bajotka for 3.
Good rebound by Malone.
Yeah, and Malone will draw the foul. And that's going to be on Trey Ballou. That'll be his fourth.
That'll be 4. We'll see if Coach Russo leaves him out there.
It's 64-52. Malone now at the line. He's got 16 points tonight. His average is more than that, though, and he doesn't hit the first foul shot. He does hit 1 of 2, however, for his 17th point of the night.
Coach Russo leaving Trey Ballou out there, giving him a chance to play with 4 fouls. Again, situational basketball that Portland may face in a more crucial game down the stretch.
For 3.
Got it.
That's his 7th 3, folks. There's 5.5 minutes left. The Portland record is 8.
That'll be a turnover. Buckley loses the handle. 11th South Portland turnover. 9 for the Bulldogs.
That's what I was going to ask you. Pretty well played game by both teams in that regard. 5 minutes and 15 seconds left here.
And a lot of these points coming off fast breaks, off rebounds instead of off steals. South Portland very quick to switch on to Chadbourne. He's the kind of player that can wreak havoc on this type of defense. As he really spreads the court, South Portland can't afford to play help side often.
Inside. Oh, that doesn't fall. Malone with a rebound. Malone's got monster rebounds here tonight.
8 by my count.
Mine as well. 2 from double figures. Ballou will be gone. Manny Ugal will replace him. And we're going to have a Portland timeout. So, 4.5 minutes left. 67-53 is your score. The Dogs are in front. Here we go, folks. 4.5 minutes left. South Portland ball. Connor Buckley will get that shot off it, and Simon Chadbourne blocked it.
And for South Portland here, they've got to use that mismatch. Lewis hands down the biggest player on the court.
Moss with the rebound. (67-53), 4:04 left.
Passing all over Fonseca.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious.
Heads up deflection by Foley.
Lewis pulls that rebound down there with authority. If there had been a face under that elbow, that had been a call. Ooh.
We'll have no foul, no travel call.
67-53, 3.5 minutes left.
Buckley knocks down the 3.
He hits double figures. He's now got 12 points.
Game's certainly not over by any stretch.
No, Quinn Clark will be checking in a second here. Here comes a quick pass by Chadbourne to Moss. Here's the postman, Lewis.
Good defense, good rebounding by Chadbourne.
And here's Foley for 3. Doesn't fall. He's got 2 already tonight. Riley Hassan with the rebound. Quickly up to Jabuk. To
very
Lewis.
easily could have been a walk.
Yeah, it looked like steps, but 69-58, 2.5 minutes left. It cannot get any more exciting.
South Portland really stretching the defense to keep somebody close on Chadbourne.
The foul's going to be on Noah Malone. His second. We're going to have a 30-second timeout for South Portland. 69-58, 2:13 left. Dogs still up. So after the 30-second timeout, the Dogs will inbound. So we're going to slow it down a little bit here, as at some point they're going to be...
South Portland try to get into the bonus here, as that will be their 6th team foul. Will be the 3rd on Bajukta.
The Riots are going to have to foul here to some extent.
Exactly. That's why we saw those couple quick, seemingly meaningless fouls.
Ooh, Pedro.
Fonseca using his quickness to elude the bigger man.
Reverses and in for his 5th point. Oh, Malone loses it, and it's going to be still going to be a South Portland ball. 71-58 is the score.
Ooh. That could have been a foul on Moss there.
Instead, Hassan will get the rebound. Up and in. Here comes Moss.
They're going to foul here. Maybe not. Nice block by Lewis. Then Clark will be hacked by Hassan. Be 4 fouls on Hassan.
It's an 11-point lead with 1:15 left. As Griffin Foley will be set to check in for the Dogs. Simon Chadbourne will check out for the evening. He won't get the record, but he is the leading scorer right now in the game. Quinn Clark will be at the line.
Good rebound by you.
The rebound.
Fonseca, that is. Officials really letting him play here.
Majotka, his 3rd.
It's his 4th, actually. So 4 fouls for Bajukta, 4 fouls for Hassan, and a timeout for Coach Russo.
71-60, 1:07 left. So there is Simon Chadbourne, 23 points in tonight's game. He's got 7 3-pointers tonight. Has been surpassed by Teron Moss as the leading scorer, however.
Moss carrying 26 into his, or 25 that is, into his trip to the foul line.
It's going to be South Portland ball. 1:05 left, 11-point lead. Presses on. Dogs taking nothing for granted.
Man pressure here for Portland.
Lewis for 3.
And that's a shot that you like to see if you're Portland.
Malone goes down. Pedro.
Fonseca's 2nd foul. 6 on the Bulldogs. As we'll see Malone shooting 2.
Doesn't fall. Lino Ben with the rebound. Manny.
And we'll have Coach Russo taking what I believe is his final timeout.
71-60 still, 36 seconds left. So here we go.
And Moss, and they'll call a jump ball. Their coaches, officials not calling a foul or a travel there.
Yeah, I mean, that's, the only thing is it's fine, but you don't want to see him get hurt either. He was getting mauled.
And the Johnny Most of the Portland Bulldogs, Steve Schwartz. Lead Portland ball again. We'll see if South Portland still goes for the foul. Down to level of 20 seconds. Of course, mathematically possible, but unlikely to make a comeback.
Lino Ben. He travels.
Be out of bounds.
Steps out, yeah. Okay, you have a Portland turnover, just the kind of thing that could change things up here. Griffin Foley comes out for Quinn Clark, and Riley Hassan is going to take the ball out. Yeah. For a minute, I thought he was stepping out here, but we want him in the last few seconds of the game here. It's a quick bucket by Buckley for two. 71-62. Here comes Manny. To Ben. And he's fouled to boot. Good night, Riley Hassan.
Hassan will foul out on a hard foul.
Yeah, it was a great play. Chip and Savage will come in for him. Riley Hassan plays much. I guess his last home game here as a senior. Lino Ben with an acrobatic move. Richard Greenwood, number 21, set to check in for the Dogs. Ben converts.
We'll see Moss take a seat, get a nice ovation.
That's a nice hand from
26 points for Duran Moss.
Buckley. Oh my goodness. At the buzzer, that's the end. 74-62. The Portland Bulldogs split tonight. They are victorious here in the second game of a doubleheader. So the Portland Bulldogs with a resounding 12-point victory tonight on the strength of 26 points by Teron Moss, 23 by Simon Chadbourne, including 7 three-pointers, just one away from the Portland record set by Robert Pillsbury. Griffin Foley had 10 points tonight with 2 threes. Really great all-around effort for the Dogs tonight.
Great game of basketball to watch and to call, Steve. Up and down action, lots of offense, good plays, fast breaks, and we see the Bulldogs come out on top, as that's really their game.
That's right. South Portland had 4 players in double figures tonight. Connor Buckley had 14. Scott Lewis led South Portland with 16 points and some monster rebounds. Actually, Noah Malone had 17 points, and Riley Hassan had 11. And then closing out the scoring was Tyree Bajotko with 4. So a good game tonight. As good as the game was, Portland really only lost the lead once.
Exactly, Steve. Little lead change in the second quarter. But really, that was behind timely threes from Simon Chadbourne for the Bulldogs to really put a big gap on South Portland and eventually pull away. Towards the end, we saw Portland maintaining about a 10-11 point lead. But definitely something, as we've seen, playing against this South Portland team with the matchup zone, having a player like Simon Chadbourne, who's the threat of hitting a three at any point from anywhere, forces South Portland to abandon help side defense and open up the middle in order to keep him honest.
Folks, That's it from here in South Portland. The Dogs will close out the season at Deering High School. A tremendous atmosphere always there. And we'll go there to visit Mel Craig, Todd Wing and company, and we'll look forward to that game. This is Steve Schwartz along with Frank Myatt, Frank Healy on camera, and Mike Hoffer from the Forecaster saying so long from Beale Gymnasium, where this evening the Portland Bulldogs boys are victorious once again. Good night.